Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening from the lovely Aquarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Aquarius gang, Aquarius collective? Energies, messages, insights, please. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And then at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Aquarians. What's happening? What's the vibe? What's the energy around my Aquarius friends, please? What is going on? My good friend. There we go. Thank you. Nice and quick. Okay, cool. So I do link this oracle card to Gemini, and yes, this is not a tarot deck. It is an oracle. So when I see the twins there with the mask, it could also represent perspective, which could be important. And we're going to dive deeper into this card for sure. But if you're connected to Gemini, they're showing up here. And there is something here about how you frame something or how you look at it. Now, before we fully dive in, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So this is a beautiful card. I love the imagery of it. We see these two twins or individuals. They're both behind the mask and both looking through one eye of the mask. So, of course, in symbolism, masks usually represent a little bit of mystery. So we'll see if things like that start to show up within the reading itself. But to me, I feel like this card does link into perspective. If you're not connected to Gemini, it's about how you're viewing something. So with certain situations, if you're going through problems or even if things are okay, Spirit might be asking you to like take yourself outside of the issue, like look at it from an outside looking in, where there could just be something where you just need to change how you frame it or change how you look at it. Okay, and now that's easier said than done, right? This card I do also link to empathy, being empathetic, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. I mean, some of you, maybe you just wish someone could see it from your side too. I mean, all of these things could be true. So I feel like a lot of this card does speak about is how you're framing something and the perspective at which you look at it and come at it from. So I've found in my personal life that when I'm going through difficult situations, if I pull myself out of it and look at it in a neutral perspective, that helps. But we're just going to leave it at that. Let's see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say that first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. Shuffle it up one time here for my Aquarians, please. What's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was really connected to communication, and I've been seeing that for a lot of signs this week. But your reading was titled A Serious Talk. So whether you've recently had one, maybe one is still coming up for a lot of you, like either a serious topic or something that you probably should discuss or get out in the air, that's kind of the vibe I was picking up. So just know that energy could linger with you for a little bit, because I've been seeing it all over the zodiac. All right, lots of chit chat, lots of chatter. But let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for my Aquarians. What's happening in mid-November? Thank you. Wow. All right, so we're starting with a bang. We're starting off with Judgment. That is a very, very powerful changed-based Plutonian type of energy for us to lead off with. Interesting, I feel like in this coming week, it might even be within a couple days of this filming, Pluto is going to be entering Aquarius for like the next 15, 20 years, something like that. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case. Let's get a couple more. So it's interesting that we get the card that I tie with Pluto in the Aquarius reading as the very first one. Okay, we do have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, Pluto itself, that planetary transit, is probably going to be affecting people with prominent Aquarius placements, but it doesn't always have to be bad. I always like to give people that perspective. Pluto does have some very good attributes to it. You know me, I'm never doom and gloom. Lots of energy here. Lots of energy that I'm picking up. Even here on the back end, we have the 9 of Cups in the end. So with just the way that this sweeps, I feel very optimistic with the way this is going to go. okay, because there's just so much energy pushing forward. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, like I mentioned, even down to the elemental mixture we have going on, I love it. We're starting here with a bang with Judgment, boom, into the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. We got water, we got earth. I always say when you combine water and earth, that represents potential, that represents abundance. Okay, now potential doesn't always mean that you're definitely going to get everything you hope and dream for, but it just means that there's great potential in something, which is what I love about this elemental mixture. It's like something's brewing. But the way it all plays, I would say all of these cards do lean more optimistic than they do challenging. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, Judgment. We spoke about Judgment a little bit already. You see the Archangel Gabriel there blowing the trumpet, like, hey, let's go, let's get it moving. This is a huge card. It's an explosive card, powerful card, similar to the Tower. It's like almost shocking or explosive the way this energy moves through. So when I see it in the front end, especially with what I know is going on astrologically, this could represent that Plutonian change really starting to take effect for a lot of Aquarians or people with prominent Aquarius placements. Again, this could be for the better. This is a karmic card, so it could represent the karmic aspects of life, karmic cycles, karmic connections, you name it. But Judgment can sometimes represent things resurfacing too, which is something I may have seen for you in recent weeks. I can't quite recall if it was you. So we're just going to have to see. Judgment is either coming or it's going. It's like no halfway when this energy is here. So it could be representing some really, really powerful change if we're not looking at karmic energy. So you see what I mean? We have an overabundance of energy in your spread this week, which could be good, especially if you're trying to shake things up. Now, moving to the center, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Very diligent, very hardworking. One of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck, to be honest with you. Now, Earth energy is usually very slow and steady. This one, to me, does speak about effort. It's one of my cards I do link to career, so businesses, how you earn money, like different ventures and careers, you name it. So for a lot of Aquarians, you might be in pentacle mode right now, or those topics are going to be coming up for you in the very near future. So keep your eyes on that. But it can also link into emotions as well, because the Eight of Pentacles is wanting to work on something. This is wanting to put energy into something. This could be wanting to mend something or fix something. So there's like a lot of effort needed or a lot of effort wanted when this card shows up. Now, the challenges of this, sometimes this card can show up when somebody has used up a lot of their energy reserves. It's like, all right, well, I worked so hard for this for so long. Why am I not seeing results? Or it's like, all right, it doesn't matter how hard I work towards something, it's never going to happen. That's the rough side of it. I'm not saying that's definitely the case for you. I'm just trying to give you a balanced view of it. Again, with the Eight of Pentacles, sometimes it could be someone that's working a little, they're doing a little too much, right? So there could be certain things that you might want to tone it back, because when I see Judgment and the Eight of Pentacles, it's a lot. So there could be certain things you might want to just tone it back a little bit for your own energetic sake. Now, on to the back end, we have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Love it. One of the best cards in the whole entire deck. You see John Travolta chilling right there. He's happy as happy can be, right? He's surrounded by those full cups, content. So when I see this, I think of obviously wins, victories, things going your way, things paying off for you. Now, this card does have some subtle nuance to it as well. It's welcoming, it's affectionate. So for the Aquarians in this time, you might either need a little more affection than you normally do. You might be a little more affectionate than you usually are when this card is here. This is a nice card. Like, it's just a nice, flowy, soft type of energy. So again, I feel a very good positive result coming in for a lot of you. And we'll clarify it and see what's up. The only big challenges I see with this card is one, the Nine of Cups could sometimes be someone that overindulges or over parties a little too much. So watch out for any sort of overindulgence, because you might be tempted when this card is here. But the other thing is it could be someone that's a little too nice. So in this time, make sure you're not too nice or too giving, because this card, it's like, yeah, look, I have all these cups here, take one. I'm all about being a nice, giving, charitable type of individual, especially to people we love, but within bounds. I don't know why I'm giving that message. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for my Aquarian friends, please? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Judgment. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Judgment. I mean, sometimes judgment could be literal judgment calls. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles, good. Good. All right, so for a lot of you, if there has been a problem or a situation that's been a little gunked up or gummed up, I feel like this is breakthrough type of energy, and it is something changing in a big way. We have the Queen of Pentacles, pardon me, in the upright. Now, a portion of you might be connected to earth signs when this element shows up. The Queen of Pentacles is similar to what I was saying about the elemental combination we had going on up there, where it does represent potential, abundance, and blessings. So this could be really nice. I want to see how the rest of this goes. But she's planted. That's her challenge. And on an intuitive sense, when I see Judgment with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, get ready for a shakeup, get ready for a change. And it happens like fast, explosively. Similar to a tower, but not a bad tower. That's what I'm picking up here in the front. It's like, okay, yeah, comfy, cozy. Yeah, everything seems like it's not moving. Boom. Like things are about to shift in an explosive way. That's just how it feels to me. I don't want to say like shocking or anything like that, but I just feel like this change is extremely powerful, but it's for the best. That's what I'm initially picking up here. Queen of Pentacles is very similar to the Empress, my friends. She is all about like the beautiful abundance of this world, okay, if we can just see it. So I don't feel like this is someone being judgy. For a very, very small percentage of you, there might be a feminine figure that you find a little too judgy or like makes you feel smothered, but I'm not going to go with that message for all of you because I feel like that's for a small niche portion of Aquarius is out there. There might be like a feminine figure, particularly if it's an earth sign. But let's keep moving forward. I feel for a lot of you this is just really, really powerful, massive change brewing. It's like, get ready for it. Get ready for it, my friends. Let's see what that Eight of Pentacles has. Eight of Pentacles here. Thank you. Ace of Swords. Wow. All right, so for a lot of Aquarians in this time, business ideas, invention ideas, like anything that comes to mind, I would be taking notes, like different ways to branch out and make some money. When I see the Ace of Swords underneath the Eight of Pentacles, there's more offers and opportunities coming in for you, and don't limit yourself. I feel like that's something I really need to emphasize to a lot of you. Now, aces, again, they're a card that represents potential. I've been seeing them all over the zodiac, and this could represent talking. I feel for a small portion of Aquarians out there, very small portion. Again, Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, this could be somebody that might want to mend a bridge. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone that you may have had a falling out with, where it's like you two start talking, there could be like an important talk of some sort where you mend a bridge with somebody that you're not on the best of terms with. But I do feel like aside from that, when I see the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, it's like a whole new variety of things are going to open up for you. And for a lot of you, you're going to have eureka moments where you're just going to be thinking of ideas, thinking of what you can do, like expanding. This was very expansive. So like if you do have those ideas that I was talking about, like business ideas, side hustles, you name it, ways to improve your current job if you're happy in there, like I feel like there's no limit, okay? Because the Sword of Truth is extremely smart. Ace of Swords is highly logical, and it cuts straight to the point. So I feel, again, beautiful potential here. Let's keep moving. Let's go in on that Nine of Cups. I feel like even if we were to get a very difficult card, it can't sink this reading at this point. I feel like there's just so much good here, and I like that for you. I love that for you, actually. So let's see why that Nine of Cups is here. Let's see what's going on with Aquarius. Beautiful. Why is it in the mix? Six of Cups. All right, so now could be a healing time for some of you as well. And I just want to mention, when I see the Six of Cups in the same reading as the Judgment card, both of these cards are karmic. Both of these cards can talk about things from the past swinging back around. So whether you're feeling nostalgic or there is something that pops back up for some Aquariuses, that could be the case. But I don't feel like that's the main basis of the reading this week. The Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups is extremely healing to me. So for a lot of you, if you are going through a healing journey of some sort, I feel like in this time you can make peace with something or someone. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here on the back end. Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. like mending something, fixing it. 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups. It's like, okay, I'm okay with this. Like, I feel better about this. So whether it's finding an acceptance or actually proactively working towards something, it's a great opportunity to mend bridges in this time. That's just the big thing I'm picking up. But again, with all the elements, the way they're mixing, predominantly water and earth, I feel like we have huge change coming, but I feel there's so much potential. So if you've been in a spot recently where you've been a little down, or you've been feeling like life is a little monotonous, or things are a little too much, I feel like this should be something that jolts your energy, because it's like, oh, well, you're just getting started, Aquarius. There's so much good to come. So I feel like this is a very claimable energy, and I love it. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow cards. So beautiful reading for you this week, and I love that for you. Position number 1, we're starting here with Judgment and the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, get ready for it. Something's going to change in a very powerful way. Like, it feels massive or even explosive here on the front end. It's like it's priming itself up, but I don't feel like it's all bad. Sometimes change can be uncomfortable, but just because it's uncomfortable does not mean it's bad. A very small portion of you, there could be an older feminine figure that's causing a little friction with you in this time. But in the center, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I feel for another piece of you, great ideas coming to mind, eureka moments, like your mind just kicking on all cylinders. So I feel like you could be brainstorming up a storm, literally, when this alignment's here in the mix. But for some of you, interpersonally, like with friends or family members, you could really mend some bridges if you want. Find some peace and right some wrongs, or that might be something someone you're connected to might want as well. But moving to the back end, I have the 9 of Cups, very satisfied, with the 6 of Pentacles, at peace. So with the way this reading flows overall, it's like at the end of the day, there's beautiful blessings here that are really fantastic. For some of you that are on a healing journey, you might come to an acceptance or a peace in regards to something, but there is either coming to grips with something or making something right in this week's reading as well. So I think overall it's fantastic. Okay, karmic energy as well. So Aquarius, I think things are going to change for the better. I really do. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here and see what the shadow card for Aquarius is, please. What do my Aquarians have in the shadow? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What is in the shadows for Aquarius, please? Thank you. 8 of Cups, yeah, the energy is on the move. It's on the go. Now, the 8 of Cups isn't always walking away from something. I mean, who knows? Maybe some of you are, right? When I see this 8 of Cups. But like I've been saying throughout the reading itself, it's like the energy is priming. The energy is getting ready. Now, the 8 of Cups to me isn't always walking away. It's either coming or going, but it is on the move nonetheless. Notice we also had another 8. So I feel like a lot of energy for Aquarius in this time is a little up in the air, but not in a bad way when I'm seeing this card. For a portion of you, like with the mending things or coming to peace with things, this makes sense as a card. In this time, watch out for feelings of abandonment arising when this card shows up in the shadows. In this time, watch out for giving up on things or being a little hopeless. That's the shadow side of this card. So certain little things like that you might want to really go within and look at. But the main thing I'm picking up here with the 8 of Cups is like, yeah, Aquarius, I mean, get ready. The energy's priming up. It's priming up and getting ready to rock, just like we saw within the reading itself. So big things are coming, and I feel like there's a lot of good potential. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.